They scam me when I come in. Excuse me. LeBar. That'd be a dope like rap name, like Lil Barcode.
Little QR. Little QR.
That's terrible.
There you go.
That's right, scam me.
You should get a QR code tattoo. Have to go to your IG.
Insane. It downloads the album right off my
Yeah, that's fire. Hey, he said call him by his new rap name, Lil Barcode. I did not say that. Lil Barcode, Lil QR, Lil Barcode. What up, Jackie Ray? Jackie Ray T. How are you? Come on, man.
I ain't been little.
Your Aaron Rodgers thing that was done. I was crying. I was like, facts.
Come on, man. I'm excited, man. We ain't got Aaron Rodgers.
Right?
If we had ended it with Aaron Rodgers, I would have been like, I seen the picture of Gino. I'm like,
Right.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
We got a good
I've always
rookie.
liked Gino.
We got
Right,
Pete.
I'm like, I
Yeah,
got a job to do.
wrestling around on the ground. I mean, I
Wrestling.
never say age in isolation, man.
I ain't with all that. Not today.
Every day.
Go up to 101.
Hour and a half.
I was supposed to
Right,
pick
10
up
o'clock.
Shanice. She lives around
He won this last game, right?
Yes, please. Tried to match with your shirt today.
Oh, yeah, we got you. Listen, y'all can take some pictures.
Right?
Capture the moment.
Matchy, matchy.
This might be your last time.
Nobody cares. They're like, "Ah, she seems fun. I love that girl.
She seemed cool. I like her.
I'm good. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it's always good being down.
Sorry.
This today, Southside.
Can this one stay this high?
In front of Shaq statue.
No, not
They
quite.
got a little
This
train
one's
around there.
This one's like 5 feet.
I'm gonna go back out there, take some more pictures.
And then this one go like
There's a lot of good stuff today.
Same thing?
Oh, no, no. It's like, so, let's see. It's not as high as the Yeah, yeah.
Hi everyone. We're gonna get started a little.
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey, coach.
How are we?
Pretty good.
It's a big day.
Yeah.
Yes.
David, first question.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
So, despite not getting off to such a great road trip, you guys kind of ended it off on a high note with a win there. I know KP said that, in that last game, she felt like you guys grew up a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you see, I guess, towards the end of the trip, especially in that game, and how do you think, where do you feel like this team is at, in terms of, what you want to see out there?
Yeah, I think KP was right. I think we did grow up a little bit. The trip was tough. I thought we played Minnesota well, and then, they know how to win, and we're still learning. And they kind of went on a mad run there the last 3 minutes, and so that was a learning experience. And then Chicago, we were up 18, I think, something like that. And then, learning experience again. And I think the players we're sick of it in terms of the mentality and it's a very different mindset to play to win versus playing not to lose. And I tell them that all the time. When you have a lead, you've got to play to win, not try to lose it. And I thought we did that in Chicago. We got stagnant, we got slow, the pace stopped, and that just puts pressure on your offense to make shots. So I think they were fed up with being this close in so many games, and the difference was I could feel there was a different vibe. They were way more connected. There wasn't panic. We were down 10 with 9 minutes to go, but to be completely candid, I didn't realize we were down that much in the fourth until I watched the game back on the plane. Like, it just didn't feel like there wasn't that panic. We executed down the stretch, and I think we needed that, not just the win, but the way we won. So we've got to now stack it. We've got to, that's something that we haven't been thus far, is super consistent, and we've got to do that now.
Coach Anthony DeLeon, LA Times. You get Odyssey Sims back today. What is the game plan with her as far as putting her in? Is she starting? Is there a minutes restriction, or is it kind of a full go?
It's a full go. We're thrilled to have her back, and she's chomping at the bit to get out there. She's not going to start. I think yesterday was her first time back with the team in practice, so hopefully she gets her sea legs back pretty quickly. But so we're going to bring her off the bench, and I think her limitations will just be her fitness and kind of her flow, right? But there is no minutes restriction from like a medical standpoint or anything like that. So we're thrilled to have her back. We've missed that kind of defensive perimeter player, and she's one of the best in the league at that. So thrilled that she's back.
DJ in the first row.
Hey Coach,
What's
DJ,
up?
LA Sparks Weekly. Last time you matched up with Chicago, we were talking about second chance points and rebounds.
Girl.
No Cardoso today, but we got Miss Me Bounds from the
Yes.
Chicago Sky. So what's the game plan around like really protecting the paint and making sure that we get those second chance points for rebounds?
Yeah, it's yes, and Cardoso changes them. She's just so big, and they run really good stuff for her. Excuse me. But Angel Reese is unbelievable on the rebounds, and you can talk about it, and you can watch it, and you can drill it. There's no way to duplicate it to prepare. She's just elite, and her motor is so high, and I have a lot of respect for her as a competitor. That's just desire, and she knows how to do it, and she's super physical, and so what's the game plan? Try not to let her get as many as she did last time. You have to meet her early. You have to make the first hit. I think that's the big thing. You can't just turn and feel like, oh, I have position, so therefore I can get it, because she'll beat you to it. So we've got to make that first hit. But it's also a collective effort. If we get into rotations and it's a guard down there, Kelsey Plum or Shea Petty, then that's a mismatch. Yeah. So the key there too in rebounding is trying not to get in too many defensive rotations where we're mismatched.
We'll go to Jill on your left, first row.
Two questions for you. What do you hope your team gets out of both Candace Parker's career and the Jersey retirement today?
Yeah, what a great day for the organization, and I'm humbled and honored to be a part of it. Of course, I wasn't in the W, when she played, but I've always been a huge fan. I mean, who isn't? And there's been some incredible, legendary players in our league that have been sparks, and Hall of Famers. And Candace is right there, and I, only player to Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same year. I mean, that's crazy. And championship here, and I've just always been such a huge fan. And so what I hope our players take from this is the legacy that is being a Spark. And there's been some incredible women that have put on that jersey, and it's our job to carry that torch forward and to get this franchise back where it belongs. And CP's a great reminder of that the greatness that was her, and the greatness that the Sparks were. And so that's what I hope our team can kind of take that in while still focusing on what we're trying to do.
And And do you have a particular memory either from a meeting with her or watching her games?
I remember her in college, just being, Tennessee fan, and when that was in my early 20s, and I wanted to be Pat Summitt. I didn't get there, but I was just always a fangirl of Pat Summitt, and I remember her last game when she came off the floor and was crying, and Pat's on. There's some vivid memories of her college career, but just what a winner! And everywhere she went, she won, and that's not all of us can say that.
We'll go to Bill Plaschke on your right side.
Coach Bill Plaschke, LA Times. Are you confident the culture is changing around here, and what signs do you see that it is changing?
Culture from a franchise organization?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't here before, so I don't know. I've heard, but I know that there is an unbelievable commitment from our owners to get this franchise back. And that was the reputation maybe is like, oh, they're not investing in the program or the franchise like other teams are now, and you're seeing and I think our owners have been unbelievable, and they've stepped up at every turn to support us in a way for what it takes to get to the top. And so with that, I think that it trickles down to everybody. And Reagan Peebly, our GM, Christine Manger, the president, and we're all aligned, and that's why I'm here. I'm not here just because I wanted to be in the W. I want to be somewhere where culture first. You attract the best players by having a place where you take care of your people and win along the way. So without question, things have shifted. I know that from players that have been here. And so I'm, again, humbled and honored to be a part of it, and that's why I'm here.
First row, John.
Coach John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. What type of mentality do you want your team to play with, being that this is the second time, it's just a matter of days that you played this guy, and the first time you were up big and ended up losing?
Yeah, and we played him here and won. It's crazy that the schedule is interesting, and I'm learning it, where you can play teams back to back like this, and we still haven't played several teams at all. This will be our third time playing Chicago. The mentality is this is a must win, and we want to make the playoffs, and we've got to start winning now. The urgency is now. So the mindset, I don't want to be outcome driven totally, but doing what it takes to play with the intensity it's going to take to win. You bet.
Hey Coach, Dr. ATV and Women's Hoops. You talked about you wanted to peak in August.
Yeah.
We're a day away, getting close to July. How close do you feel that you are to peaking?
I don't think we're close. We're still missing Ray Burrell. We're still missing Cameron Brink. Those guys will be back. Ray will be back soon. Cameron will be back soon too, sooner than, soonish, maybe that's a good way to say it. And so once we get those guys back and in the rotation, then I think we're going to be, we've had, part of our inconsistency on the floor has been inconsistency with our roster, right? So we've had people in and out and hurt and back and then, out, and that's hard. But we're learning from it, and we're getting tougher because of it. And really an emphasis of control what you can control. So have we come close to peaking? No, I don't think so.
Coach, the Sparks are shooting 40% from three in wins and 30% in losses. What's the key to generating the kind of looks you want on the perimeter?
I like the stat, good one. I'm a numbers gal. I think that the shooting percentage is a direct correlation to shot quality. So the best kind of threes from an analytic standpoint are paint, touch, kick out, catch and shoot threes. Those are the best percentage. So if we can generate more of those, so self-created threes off the dribble are the worst kind of threes to take from a numbers. So if we're doing a lot of that, our shooting percentage is going to be bad. And then losing, in the games we have lost, our offense has been, I always say the ball gets sticky. It's not moving. And I think our shooting percentage in those games is directly related to that. So we've got to create shots for each other, create those inside-out catch and shoot threes.
Last question, Jim Alexander.
Yeah, Jim Alexander from the Southern California News Group. You talked a moment ago about Candace and about the legacy of being a Spark.
Yeah.
Do you get the sense that your current players are aware of that, recognize that, embrace it, or is it just something that happened in the past?
That's a great question. I think they do. Yeah, I think they do, and I think, you know, that's why KP came, the legacy that it is of the LA Sparks, and there's other reasons, obviously she's from San Diego, whatever, but, you know, we're one of the OG franchises, right? And there's some responsibility that comes with that, as a player, as a coach. So yeah, I do think they do. I haven't asked, but we talked yesterday, when we circled up after, about what it means to put on the Spark jersey, and the great ones that have put it on before, the nets that have been cut down in that jersey, and it's our responsibility to get it back that way.
Thank you, Coach.
All
Thanks,
right,
everyone.
thanks all for being here. Let's go.
Let's do it.